to be free. Come together.
Ladies and gents, look who's back. He's fucking here. He's not goddamn dead.
He's back from the dead like Superman.
Welcome, Matt, back.
Welcome, Matt, back.
You know.
Don't you mean welcome back, Matt?
Matt back. Ladies and gents, we just got out of Justice League, the newest superhero team-up. You know who the Justice League are. Batman, Wonder Woman, The Flash, Cyborg, Aquaman.
There he goes.
And a certain someone
fucked up that.
who may or may not be dead. Ah, fuck it. Superman, bitches!
Honestly, if you didn't know Superman was back, obviously you're not paying attention.
It was heavily hinted.
Justice League is about Batman realizing that there's some alien shit going down. There are 3 boxes that'll bring the end of the world if they're brought together. And so he needs to bring all the superpowered people together, the people that I mentioned, and team up to save the day against Steppenwolf. Yes, you motherfucker, you piece of shit.
I'm just checking.
Jesus Christ.
Steppenwolf.
Steppenwolf.
It's Steppenwolf.
Like the band.
Born to be wild.
Zack Snyder, the original director, the unfortunate suicide of his daughter prompted him to leave the production in March. DC brought in Joss Whedon of Avengers fame to help do some reshoots, rewrites. According to some producers, 15 to 20% of the movie. We had,
Clearly shows.
Henry Cavill being that he's in Mission Impossible 6 with a giant-ass mustache. Paramount and Warner Brothers literally fought about a mustache, which ended in them having to CGI out Henry Cavill's mustache in reshoots. With all the controversy, with all the editing, with all there's the blue trailer, oh now it's the red trailer, there's no color, oh now there's color, oh it's too quippy, it's too jokey, no it's too serious.
Oh,
finally,
yeah.
What came out of this? A goddamn miracle. I fucking love this movie.
I think that's the most surprising thing I've heard from his mouth
Dude,
in a long time.
for Ragnarok, I was fucking blown away that he loved that. And I was like, dude, I love you. I like this film. I'm not, blown away by it.
I love it too. I mean, there was a lot of times me and Dan were just losing our shit.
Yeah. I read every single review. I heard about every little post-credit scene. There are 2. Stay.
Oh, you're gonna love the first one. If anybody,
Coming into this movie, I was expecting a $150 million Saturday morning cartoon, and I got it. And I was actually surprised as to the kind of writing that's in this, because I realize now that we've been looking at this whole thing wrong. Everyone's been expecting DC to copy Marvel. Justice League is not doing what Avengers is doing. Avengers is the culmination of a big 5-year project to have all these superheroes with separate movies and then have them come together, build a universe from sparse. I heard a review from Double Toasted that described this movie as the Magnificent Seven of superhero movies, where you have one established badass, Batman, and he brings in a team of people that you don't necessarily know before.
Ragtag.
But, yes, misfits. But you grow to learn a little bit about them through the movies and then watch them grow just a little bit. Because, you can't expect to know everything, about these characters at once. You get to see the great chemistry between all these performers, and you get to watch them kick some alien ass. And if honestly you're expecting more than that, I can't help you. You want too much. And you're going to be disappointed if you got a 2-hour, 45-minute cut explaining everybody's backstories and motivations for shit. This is not Marvel. It doesn't need to be.
I feel like in that span of a less than 2-hour movie, it hit what it was supposed to. I can't say too much negativity about this film, unless, of course, you are a Marvel fanboy and you just you
pick and choose what you want to hate.
Choose.
Quick negatives before we go into spoilers. I thought, and this is probably a product of the making of this movie, some of the editing is really choppy. Like, you'll get into one heartfelt tone, and then immediately there's like a giant space guy with like CGI shit flying around. It's kind of a big, hard jump between scenes. And
with the 2-hour runtime.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you knock off 15 minutes from a movie, Daniel.
Oh, it's not. There's no fucking way that Snyder was gonna come out with a goddamn 2-hour 15 of this movie. Fuck that. There's just too much CGI at points. They'll show Themyscira, and seeing Wonder Woman not like 6 months earlier, where you could tell a lot of it's an actual set, and they filmed on location. And you look, and some of the backgrounds that just straight up look like PS3 graphics from like 2007.
I did hear that Ben Affleck's not going to do a solo Batman movie.
I heard he's trying to leave as gracefully as possible.
Does he not like it?
It might be the pressure. Maybe after Justice League comes out, if it does well enough financially, maybe Affleck will stay on.
DC fanboys who are more fan than I am might throw some shade toward me after saying this, but if he decides to quit, I don't think they should revive Batman. I think they should find a way to kill him off, kind of like they did with Batman.
And bring in Nightwing.
Spoiler alert! We're gonna go into this, and if you haven't seen the movie yet, go see it. I'm pretty sure we're all saying go see it. But if you just want to see final thoughts and scores out of 6 stars, scroll to the time code right here. If not, 3, 2, 1. Are we going to talk about the after credits scenes?
I really want to talk about the first one.
I mean, really the most important one is the second one.
But the first one, all the fans would be like...
I think you keep the surprise for the first one.
I think so too.
So don't mention it.
But the second one, it got fucking leaked online.
Yeah, the second one we both knew about. It shows Arkham Asylum. Lex Luthor is supposed to be in Arkham Asylum, but the guard tries to turn him around. It's a decoy.
Arkham?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
It was Arkham Security on his hat.
Okay.
And we see Lex Luthor on a yacht. And who's boarding the yacht? Deathstroke.
Mr. Slade
Mr.
Wilson.
Joe Manganiello.
Flash Thompson.
Lex Luthor is like, hi, Superman's back, so I think we need to do a little team-up of our own. I'm sorry, I don't know this, so I might butcher this horribly.
What's it called?
Legion of Doom?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Is that what it is?
Yes,
okay.
Legion of Doom. Teasing the Legion of Doom. That kind of puts things into question, because after Steppenwolf leaves, we're definitely teasing Darkseid. But if we're teasing Legion of Doom, is that kind of like a blueprint for, like, Infinity War type, like a long stretch of time down the line for a Legion of Doom? I think that'd be the smart idea, because you could introduce villains in every solo movie and then bring them all together.
We might see more Legion of Doom stuff.
Bitch, I'll stab you.
Towards the Suicide Squad movie.
Suicide Squad.
Fair enough.
Because, well, that's nothing but villains.
Oh, did you hear that Black Adam's supposed to make his appearance in Suicide Squad 2?
I know.
Oh, cool.
I'm checking the Rotten Tomatoes on this.
Unfortunately, is it actually up now?
37%.
Wow, they finally put it up. So Rotten Tomatoes is owned by Warner Brothers.
Is it really?
Yeah, it is. So at 8:15 this morning, the score still wasn't up, because Warner Brothers is so scared of Rotten Tomatoes influencing the box office that they wouldn't release it.
Honestly, the only people that you have to worry about not seeing this film is people that don't give a shit about comic book movies. Anyone who gives a shit about any type of comic book movie, whether it be Marvel, DC, X-Men, whatever, people are going to see this movie.
My favorite new introduction is Aquaman. Because
Aquaman was badass.
Aqua, bro. That fucking scene when he's rescued a dude from a ship, throws him in the bar, they start playing the White Stripes Icky Thump. He grabs a bottle of whiskey, chugs that shit, and smashes it on the boardwalk as he, like, goes into the waves. That is the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen.
It was pretty cool, and it was during the trailer. And during the trailer, I was like, that is badass.
Although, one thing I gotta nitpick about that,
Yeah.
for a guy that comes from the sea, didn't he just litter?
Yeah. Yeah. Whenever they were talking about resurrecting Superman with one of the mother boxes, I honestly thought of holy shit, Superman going to be Bizarro? That would have been funny. Me, Superman?
You know what was making me laugh about that? I realized that they have a magical energy box that they're gonna use to jumpstart Superman's dying corpse. I leaned over to Matt and go, this movie just went Transformers 2.
Yeah, it did.
God damn it.
Yeah, it did.
I did like the joke that the Flash made. That it's like, so if we bring him back to life, is that like a Pet Sematary thing? Which, I'll say this, I was expecting to give the least amount of shits about Cyborg, but that backstory is fucked.
Yeah.
Your daddy fucking bringing you back to life against, and not only against his will, giving him this unlimited knowledge and power that he can't grasp. So it's basically a Frankenstein movie with an AI learning to be itself movie. And I'm surprised that Cyborg just didn't lose his fucking mind.
Steppenwolf was grabbing the second mother box from the Atlanteans. Is after they had that fight, Aquaman, who was that? Mira. They were talking and she brought up mommy issues. I was like, oh god, no. This is going to be another Martha moment.
And it's funny.
That was funny as hell.
Why'd you say that name?
Yeah.
They're going to be like screwing in the next movie too. So.
Yeah. Hey man, if I was Jason Momoa and I saw Amber Heard.
If you were Jason Momoa, anybody.
This Blake Shelton with the Doing It to Country Songs tour. I'm the sexiest man alive as voted by People magazine.
Specifically the people from North Carolina and South Carolina. And Georgia.
I know,
where they don't have the internets.
Oh no, the people in Georgia know better than that.
Batman looked like a bitch in this movie.
I kind of like that.
Showing him how vulnerable he is.
Every DC movie prior to this had to focus on Batman, and I'm glad that this one finally took the pressure off, gave it to the other fucking characters. Seriously.
Sorry about your hands. I thought all the action was pretty sweet.
The action was pretty sweet, and it was done a lot better than the other.
Superman
yeah.
Suicide
I mean,
Squad.
it helps that one, you can see it, but two, you got a better grasp of how each person fights.
Yeah. Aquaman likes to just jump in and stab
and just fucking
Wonder
close
He's
combat.
just there for the surf.
Wonder Woman's more defense.
It's like a video game.
Yeah. Ezra Miller's around the edges, containing.
He's the support. Batman and Superman are your DPS, which is damage per second.
Yeah.
Your tank is Wonder Woman. Your healer is Ezra Miller, the Flash. And your guy who plays objective, Cyborg.
Cyborg.
Yeah, right.
Aquaman.
We gotta capture this point.
Aquaman is the Leroy Jenkins of the group. He just runs in. Leroy Jenkins!
That's the best description of it.
Alright, thumbs up. Ready, guys? Let's do this. Leroy Jenkins! God damn it, Leroy.
Wait. Superman manhandling Batman just tossed the boy.
That was funny. That was like the Loki Hulk moment of the movie.
He's just like, and then Lois Lane comes in. He's just tuck and roll, Batman. Tuck and roll.
I do like that they gave Batman a lot of the quips. Like, they didn't just make him into a bitch. They actually gave him a lot of comedy to work with. Because Ben Affleck works better as a comedic actor, in my opinion. And so that part where he's just at the end of the scene where Superman flies away with Lois Lane, he's just sitting there like, yep, there's definitely something bleeding.
Welcome to the spoiler-free part of the review. If you scroll to the time code, welcome to our final thoughts and scores out of 6 stars for the Justice League movie.
Addy.
Well, like I said, the only thing that had negative thing is probably a little too much CGI, but it was made sense for it a little bit. I also wanted a little bit of more Queen Mira, but I'm gonna give it 5.5.
I like the fact that they introduced characters that aren't so fucking serious like they were in Man of Steel or that were in Dawn of Justice. Suicide Squad took it too far, but this is the spot to hit. Aquaman was great. Flash was pretty okay.
Leroy Jenkins.
Cyborg was pretty great. And when you introduce 3 new characters to a film that already have an established background, but not in the cinematic form. It's important to establish great characters, and I feel like they did, and they nailed it on the head with that. It was a fun time, no alcohol required. From DC to Marvel, this is the equivalent of the Avengers, and if you compare the two, obviously it's not up to par, but with the DC fan lore and the DC version of it, of the Avengers, I feel like it was a very good time, and it was a decent movie to have. I'll give it a 5 out of 6.
Moment of truth.
Alrighty here. You said that this is the version of Avengers. I will say this. This is better than Avengers Age of Ultron.
I agree with that.
I like this better than Guardians 2. I like this better than Spider-Man Homecoming. Fight me. This is the Justice League.
Yeah.
Like, with the other DC movies, you really couldn't feel that about these characters, except for Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Right now, I feel like I'm watching Superman. Right now, I feel like I'm watching Batman. A better, more humanized Batman that honestly kind of took some notes from Lego Batman. I'm not even kidding here. I think Lego Batman's probably the best Batman movie since Dark Knight. But
we're saving that for the best 2017 clips of HalfKocked.
This is true to these characters. The changes that they made, I thought were effective in bringing it to a new era. I liked what these characters stood for. There's a lot of tiny bits of dialogue that really help further their characters and make me excited to see a Aquaman movie, a Flash movie, a Cyborg finds the rest of the Teen Titans movie. Hey, I'm excited for once to really see where DC is going, and thank God that Wonder Woman wasn't a fluke. But here's the weird bit. We also have to ask, without the controversy, without all the meddling heads, is this a fluke? I hope not, because it seems like Aquaman has had James Wan under the helm, and it hasn't had a lot of craziness going on, so I think that one's pretty good under wraps. So after Aquaman, maybe we'll have to see where we're going, and, the solo Batman movie too. But right now, I had a lot of fun. I love seeing these heroes. I think this movie's actually a little smarter than most critics are giving it credit for, and I will go 5 out of 6.
With that, it's just under a 5.25 star.
It's a big recommendation from us, and you're probably going to see it. Have fun. Don't go watch it in 3D.
No.
And, yeah, have a grand old time.
Yeah. So if you like this video, please press the like button down below. If you didn't like it, press the down like button. Comment down below. Tell us what you think. Tell us if you think we're full of shit or you agree with us on this film. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Press that bell icon to get notified whenever new videos pop up. I'm currently doing a end of the year challenge where if we get up to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year,
Tall order.
Shaving my head. Survivor Series this Sunday, or by the time this video is probably up, it's already probably gone.
Yeah.
But we'll have the prediction video, and we'll have the results. The results probably after this video.
Yeah.
And you'll see who's crowned the new HalfKocked World Champion.
Liam and I are going to go see some Oscar stuff. So we've got a double feature coming for Lady Bird and 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri.
Oh, man, I want to see that.
Well, then come by on Sunday.
I can't.
God damn it. Until we do any and all of our bullshit, thank you all very much for watching. Take care, and good night!